Hello and welcome back to Literary Hype. I am Stephanie, your Literary Hype Woman, and it is now November, so it's time for a new TBR list created by my Hype TBR game. So let's get rolling. Here we go for November 2022. Since it is National Novel Writing Month, I'm going to be busy attempting that once again, so I'm only going to roll a d8 this time for books. And of course, I would get the 8 right off the bat. Since I'm rolling lower on the dice, I figured I might as well roll a d12 for my movements around the board, just for a little bit of a difference. So here we go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. VIP! I don't think I've ever explained the VIP rule because I haven't landed on it that I remember, so just in case I haven't actually explained what this rule is, I'm going to tell you about it now. There are 2 VIP slots on my game board, and that allows me to cut the line by sliding up and down the spine, depending on which way I'm going, and continue moving around the board that way. But it also allows me to pick whatever book I want. It just gets to go to the front of the line, because again, it doesn't have to follow any of the rules that come up throughout the rest of the game at any point. So it gets to be whatever I want. And for my first VIP selection, I am picking 1,000 Heartbeats by Kiera Cass. I love the selection. It's one of my favorite series. I didn't hate the duology, the Betrothed and the Betrayed, like a lot of people did. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't the worst thing. And I'm just really intrigued by this, 1,000 Heartbeats, what morsels she has dropped on Twitter. So I'm very much so looking forward to that book. I'm going to be reading it whether it's on my TBR or not, so it's definitely one I'm going to be picking up. Rule number 2 is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Speaker. Page to Screen TV. Rule number 2 is Page to Screen TV, and I am picking Drums of Autumn by Diana Gabaldon. It is part of the Outlander series, and yes, I said I was trying to take it easy, and this is a big boy. However, I will explain. I have started this book before a while ago, and got partway through it, so I'm going to try to finish it. It's not a fully read book in this month, but a good chunk of it, so that'll help out a little bit. But yeah, I've been meaning to get back to the Outlander series because I do love the show so much, and I've enjoyed the books. They're just a little slow because they're as big as my face. But yeah, so Drums of Autumn by Diana Gabaldon. Okay, roll number 3. 2, 1, 2. Spotlight. Water on the cover. Roll number 3 gave me a book with water on the cover, so I'm picking The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. The movie was one of my favorite Nicholas Sparks movies, so I'm hoping the book is as good. For roll number 4, I have a number 1. So that is a microphone. A pick from my Edelweiss shelf. Roll number 4 is something from my Edelweiss shelf, which is one of my favorite things, because that way I feel like I'm actually accomplishing things I need to accomplish and not drowning in my ARC piles. Okay, I'm still drowning in my ARC piles, but that's beside the point. So for Edelweiss shelf, I am picking Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I don't really know much about the book. I just know it's been something that people have been asking about since before we could get a hold of it at the store. So it's now finally coming out in a widespread manner soonish. So I'm going to pick up Alone with You in the Ether from my Edelweiss shelf. And we'll see what happens. Roll number 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, crap. Overhyped. Color code. All books this month must have the same colored spine. Roll number 5 gave me an overhyped card, and that overhyped card was probably one of my least favorite prompts in the game so far that I've discovered, and that is making all of my books match in their spine color. Making everything the same color is very challenging. So I'm not going to tell you what the color is specifically. Okay, yes, I will, because I've already shown to some of the books. It's blue, but there is a roll ahead that really specified what color book that was going to be, so I'll let you find out how that came about here coming up in just a moment. Roll number 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. Haha! 2 VIPs! Bow, 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 bow! 2 VIPs in one game. I am very excited, especially when it's a one color spine rule. I am enjoying the fact that I get to break it twice in this condensed round. So for my second VIP pick, I am picking Better Than Fiction because it's on my NetGalley shelf and it's coming out soon in November. So I really enjoyed Alexa Martin's the football series that she wrote with a series of romance with NFL players. I really enjoyed those. So I'm hoping that Better Than Fiction continues the spicy love stories that we enjoy so much from her. Roll number 7. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the speaker again. What is going on here? Office trope. Roll number 7 is office trope, workplace trope. So for that, I am selecting Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. It is one that is on my Edelweiss shelf that I picked randomly just because it was like a cutesy romance cover. So it was on one of my shelves. And so I'm just going with it. So it fits the trope. Okay, roll number 8, which will hopefully be my final roll of the month. Whew. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Social media. First book I see on Instagram 3 times. My 8th and final roll of November was scroll Instagram and read the first book that you see 3 times. That was a lot harder than I expected it to be. Any given day, you can scroll Instagram and see the same books over and over again, especially on a Tuesday, which I am recording this on a Tuesday, and Tuesdays tend to be release days, so you see a lot of the same books on those days. I thought it would be easier. It was not, which is very unusual. It took several minutes of scrolling, but eventually I did find one 3 times, and it's shocking to me that it took me that long to see It Starts With Us 3 times. And of course, the photo that I did see was from Colleen Hoover herself with a giveaway where she was giving away some signed copies of her new book. But it is the hot book, so I'm not surprised that that's the one that came up since it has been everywhere since it released a couple weeks ago. And I just got book fairied. It Ends With Us, so maybe I have to read that first. I don't know. You tell me. Drop me a comment if you've read both books. Do I need to read It Ends With Us first, or can I read It Starts With Us by itself? Since it is a prequel, does it matter? Let me know in the comments. So the October TBR has 7 books on it, which is quite a chunk, especially considering I've got NaNoWriMo going on this month, and Y'all Fest with whimsical narratives, and After the Final Page, and of course Thanksgiving. So this is going to be an interesting load for me. We'll see what happens. October was not great for me, let's be real. It was not a great month on the TB to accomplish anything on the TBR. So I'm hoping I do better in November. I'm hoping I finish a book in November writing-wise. So it's going to be a lot of words in this next month. But we got this. We got this. We got this. Thanks for joining me here on Literary Hype. If you enjoyed this Hype TBR game for November 2022, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do. It really does help things out. Drop some comments. Let me know what you're reading this month. I really want to hear from you and get to know you guys better in our little bookish community. But until next time, thank you for watching.